Hello, ma'am. Is this seat taken?
No. Why?
I'd like to join you, if you don't mind.
I guess. Have a seat. What's up?
It's very nice to meet you, and you look very beautiful.
Thank you, mister. I didn't get your name.
My name is Shatham,
Oh,
and I want to make you a model. You have a look that I've been looking for.
wow. Thanks, but I'm not interested.
Oh. Come on. When I'm done with you, you'll have so much power. Men will fall at your feet admiring your beauty.
Oh, no, I would never want men to worship me as if I'm a god.
No, not a god. If you did a Playboy spread for me, with that hot body, you'd be worshipped as a queen.
Shatham? Is it?
That's my name.
I know who you are. Satan.
I don't know what you're implying, ma'am.
Yeah, I think you do. I recognize your spirit. Shatham, Satan.
Wait. What did you call me?
Don't play games with me, Mastêmâ. I know exactly who you are, and why you are here with me.
Oh. And what's that?
You're trying to lead me astray, and get me to sin, by signing a contract that will make me break commandments.
How dare you accuse me of doing such a thing?
First of all, your name. Shatham is how you pronounce the word. Satan, in Hebrew, which is equal to the word Satan. Satan, or Satan, is the same spirit as Mastêmâ, chief of the evil spirits, who is also subservient to the Most High. It's you in the flesh.
Satan is a spirit, not flesh. Nobody can see him. Where are you getting your ideas from?
The book of Jasher, chapter 23:25. And whilst Abraham was proceeding with his son Isaac along the road, Satan came and appeared to Abraham in the figure of a very aged man, humble and of contrite spirit, and he approached Abraham and said to him, Art thou silly or brutish, that thou goest to do this thing this day to thine only son? 26 For God gave thee a son in thy latter days, in thy old age, and wilt thou go and slaughter him this day, because he committed no violence, and wilt thou cause the soul of thine only son to perish from the earth? 27 Dost thou not know and understand that this thing cannot be from the Lord? For the Lord cannot do unto man such evil upon earth to say to him, Go slaughter thy child. 28 And Abraham heard this and knew that it was the word of Satan, who endeavored to draw him aside from the way of the Lord. But Abraham would not hearken to the voice of Satan, and Abraham rebuked him so that he went away.
Do I look old to you?
Verse 29 And Satan returned and came to Isaac. And he appeared unto Isaac in the figure of a young man comely and well-favored. 30 And he approached Isaac and said unto him, Dost thou not know and understand that thy old silly father bringeth thee to the slaughter this day for naught? 31 Now therefore, my son, do not listen or attend to him, for he is a silly old man, and let not thy precious soul and beautiful figure be lost from the earth. 32 And Isaac heard this, and said unto Abraham, Hast thou heard, my father, that which this man has spoken? Even thus has he spoken. 33 And Abraham answered his son Isaac and said to him, Take heed of him and do not listen to his words, nor attend to him, for he is Satan, endeavoring to draw us aside this day from the commands of God.
Just a story.
I bet. See, my forefathers overcame you, but what you did to my foremother, Sarah, exposes your deviant and manipulative mindset. Verse 76 And Satan went to Sarah, and he appeared to her in the figure of an old man very humble and meek, and Abraham was yet engaged in the burnt offering before the Lord. 77 And he said unto her, Dost thou not know all the work that Abraham has made with thine only son this day? For he took Isaac and built an altar, and killed him, and brought him up as a sacrifice upon the altar, and Isaac cried and wept before his father, but he looked not at him, neither did he have compassion over him. 78 And Satan repeated these words, and he went away from her, and Sarah heard all the words of Satan, and she imagined him to be an old man from amongst the sons of men who had been with her son, and had come and told her these things. 79 And Sarah lifted up her voice and wept and cried out bitterly on account of her son. And she threw herself upon the ground, and she cast dust upon her head, and she said, O my son, Isaac my son, oh that I had this day died instead of thee. And she continued to weep and said, It grieves me for thee, O my son Isaac, oh that I had died this day in thy stead. Verse 76. And behold, Satan came to Sarah in the shape of an old man, and he came and stood before her, and he said unto her, I spoke falsely unto thee, for Abraham did not kill his son, and he is not dead. And when she heard the word, her joy was so exceedingly violent on account of her son, that her soul went out through joy. She died and was gathered to her people. 87 And when Abraham had finished his service, he returned with his son Isaac to his young men, and they rose up and went together to Beersheba, and they came home. 88 And Abraham sought for Sarah, and could not find her, and he made inquiries concerning her, and they said unto him, She went as far as Hebron to seek you both where you had gone, for thus was she informed. 89 And Abraham and Isaac went to her to Hebron, and when they found that she was dead, they lifted up their voices and wept bitterly over her. And Isaac fell upon his mother's face and wept over her, and he said, O my mother, how hast thou left me, and where hast thou gone? O how hast thou left me? 90 And Abraham and Isaac wept greatly, and all their servants wept with them on account of Sarah, and they mourned over her a great and heavy mourning.
That one chapter and book doesn't prove anything, and it has nothing to do with me at all.
See, I know the Most High gave you power to lead ministry, and deal with the wicked, and also test his righteous servants at times, according to Job and the book of Jubilees. Job 2, 1-7-1 Again there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. 2 And the Lord said unto Satan, From whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord, and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. 3 And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God, and escheweth evil? And still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movedst me against him, to destroy him without cause. 4 And Satan answered the Lord, and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. 5 But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. 6 And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. 7 So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown.
You've gotten it all wrong, but I forgive you. I just wanted to help you start a new career in modeling. That's all.
Yeah, but when I told you I wasn't interested, you proceeded to convince me to be a naked model, and you don't even know me. Well, actually, you do know me. You were testing me. What Satan did to Job is the same thing Mastêmâ did to Abraham, and the same thing you're doing to me right now. Those two accounts were about the same spirit, just different names. The book of Jubilees chapter 17, 16 And the prince Mastêmâ came and said before God, Behold, Abraham loves Isaac his son, and he delights in him above all things else. Bid him offer him as a burnt offering on the altar, and thou wilt see if he will do this command, and thou wilt know if he is faithful in everything wherein thou dost try him. The book of Jubilees chapter 18, 9 And I stood before him, and before the prince Mastêmâ, and the Lord said, Bid him not to lay his hand on the lad, nor to do anything to him, for I have shown that he fears the Lord. And I called to him from heaven, and said unto him, Abraham, Abraham. And he was terrified and said, Behold, here am I. And I said unto him, Lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything to him. For now I have shown that thou fearest the Lord, and hast not withheld thy son, thy firstborn son, from me. And the prince Mastêmâ was put to shame. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and, behold, a ram caught by his horns, and Abraham went and took the ram and offered it for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. Satan, and Mastêmâ are the same spirit. Both were in similar situations where the spirit accused and was allowed to test the Most High's favorite servants. Plus, the name Satan is equivalent to the name Satan pronounced Shatham, which is H7852 in the Strong's Concordance, meaning to hate, oppose oneself to, bear a grudge, retain animosity against, cherish animosity against, to cherish animosity against. Word usage: bear a grudge against, bears a grudge against, bore a grudge against, harass, hunted me down, persecute. So like I said, I know who you really are, Satan. Yeah. I know. You hid yourself pretty good, but the Most High is exposing you through his prophetess.
Nope, you're totally going bonkers, woman.
You wanted me to sin against my Heavenly Father, by being worshipped by men, and by getting naked for the whole world to see my body. Anyone who tries to convince a servant of God of such things is of Satan, or Satan, also known as Mastêmâ. The Book of Jubilees, chapter 10, 4. But do thou bless me and my sons, that we may increase and multiply and replenish the earth. And thou knowest how thy watchers, the fathers of these spirits, acted in my day, and as for these spirits which are living, imprison them and hold them fast in the place of condemnation, and let them not bring destruction on the sons of thy servant, my God. For these are malignant, and created in order to destroy. And let them not rule over the spirits of the living, for thou alone canst exercise dominion over them. And let them not have power over the sons of the righteous from henceforth and forevermore. And the Lord our God bade us to bind all. And the chief of the spirits, Mastêmâ, came and said, Lord, Creator, let some of them remain before me, and let them hearken to my voice, and do all that I shall say unto them. For if some of them are not left to me, I shall not be able to execute the power of my will on the sons of men. For these are for corruption and leading astray before my judgment, for great is the wickedness of the sons of men. And he said, let the 10th part of them remain before him, and let 9 parts descend into the place of condemnation. I see right through you, Satan, Prince Mastêmâ.
And so what, if I am who you say I am? What are you gonna do about it?
So as a daughter and prophetess of the Most High, and I know, you know, who I am, because you never asked my name. I command you to get up from this table, and leave my presence, or I will call on my Heavenly Father to send his angels to come and drag you to that place of condemnation, and chain you with the other wicked angels, and evil spirits, who are waiting to be thrown into the lake of fire.
Goodbye, ma'am.